Any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Hello, I'm Earl Stuart. I welcome you to Earl Stuart on Cars, a live talk show all about how to buy, lease, maintain, or repair your car without being ripped off by a car dealer. With me in the studio is Nancy Stuart, my wife, co-host, and a strong consumer advocate, especially for our female listeners. We also have Rick Kearney, an expert on how to keep your car running right. I dare you to ask a question that Rick can't answer about the mechanics or electronics of your car. Also with us is my son, Stu Stewart. Our link to cyberspace through Facebook, YouTube, text messaging, and our encrypted anonymous feedback service. Stu is also the Spymaster Director of our Mystery Shopping Report. He dispatches our secret shopper weekly to an unsuspecting car dealership. And now, on with the show. Good morning, everybody. Well, we're back in the studio. It's a beautiful morning here in South Florida. Just about 75 degrees outside, clear skies, and we're happy. It's the holidays. So for you new listeners, this show is all about how to buy or lease or maintain your car without being taken advantage of by your car dealers. I use the word not being taken advantage of because I usually say ripped off, and that offends some car dealers, and I can understand why. Mentioning car dealers, I'd just like to say this. We'd love to hear from you. And you don't have to be a dealer and own a dealership. We'd like to hear from people in the business, not just retail, but auto manufacturing. We're about the only voice like what we do. In other words, openly, and some people say libelously accuse car dealers of the way they do business. So we are unusual. We have our mystery shopping report, which is unprecedented in, what do you want to call it? Consumer information? Okay, Consumer Reports doesn't even do this. So we go into a car dealership every week, pretend to buy or lease a car. Sometimes we go in to maintain or repair, but we don't do that enough. We should. So we pretend to buy a car, and we tell the story on the air, live, just like I am right now, live on the air. We visit the car dealership this week. You'll hear it later. And the last quarter of the show, we're on from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in the last half hour, 9:30 to 10, we talk about the Mystery Shopping Report. And every week we try to get a different dealer. We go out of state. We go all over Florida. And we just tell it like it is. Name of the dealership, name of the salesman, name of the sales manager. What happened? Did the car dealer run an illegal ad? And we say so. We say, Joe Blow Nissan ran an illegal ad. And if Joe Blow Nissan did not run an illegal ad, guess what happened to Earl Stewart and Earl Stewart on Cars? I'd be sued. Now, at this time, I usually say, I've never been sued, and that's true. Never been sued by a car dealer. I would really like to hear from a car salesman, a sales manager, service manager, body shop manager, parts manager, or any employee, whether you're parking cars or washing cars or whatever your job is, accounting department, I don't care where you work. If you work for a car dealer somewhere within the sound of my voice, call the show. You have my word of honor. I will not be abusive. I will not be accusatory. I will treat you with courtesy and respect. I'll listen to your side of the story. Unless I know the dealership, which I probably won't, unless I mystery shop your dealership, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you're strictly honest. So please call the show and identify yourself. We'll give you priority, just like we do to female callers. And my co-host, Nancy Stuart, will explain that to you. So if you're in the auto industry, retail or wholesale, I mean, if you're in the manufacturing, I'd like to talk to you too. And let's hear your side of the story. Why should I, and why should Rick Kearney and Nancy Stewart, why should we do all the talking? Let's hear from the other side of the story that we're being so accusatory about. That's what makes good radio. And I think this is really good radio. So if you have any friends that you'd like to tune in, tell them to call us at this number. It's 877-960-9960. That's 877-960-9960. Rick, give me a sheet with the text number and the other stuff on it. We also have a text number, and that text number is 772
772-497-6530.
497-6530. 772-497-6530. You think I'd be able to remember that after 100 years doing the show, but what can I tell you?
And don't forget
877-960-9960. And Nancy Stewart, I'm looking at her.
Don't forget youranonymousfeedback.com.
Oh, yeah. See, she's my half of my brain. That's Nancy over there. Youranonymousfeedback.com. That's a link. And you click on that link, and it is a special international company. It's called incognito.com, and they are used by a lot of blue chip companies like Adobe and Google and a lot of companies you've heard of. And the companies use that link, youranonymousfeedback.com, YOURANONYMOUS, feedback.com. They use that link for their employees and their customers to tell them what's really going on. I mean, the police have a anonymous line to report crime because you don't want to go on TV and say, I saw this guy rob a bank. He might visit you one night. So a lot of people have good reason to want to be remain anonymous. You want to remain anonymous and tell us what we do right, what we do wrong, or anything. You can even get blasphemous. You can curse. You can call me any name you want. Hey, you car dealers, there's your opportunity. You can call me any name you want at youranonymousfeedback.com. Rick Kearney sitting beside me. I love exotic stuff. When we came in, I'm talking about my Cybertruck, and they just had another software download, and it's so autonomous now. I mean, it's really cool. So I get off on technical stuff, and I talk about it too much. Most of us, or most of you listening to the show, just want to know about your car. Chances are you got a combustion engine or a hybrid, and you just want to know why it's making a funny noise, or it smells bad, or it won't start like it should, or the window won't roll up. I mean, these are the nuts and bolts of your life, and that's why Rick Kearney is here, certified diagnostic master technician. If you got a problem with your car, no matter high tech or low tech, if there's such a word, no matter how complicated or whatever you want to say, common, Rick Kearney has got the answer. Certified diagnostic master technician. And you can reach him at 877-960-9960. Nancy Stewart, my co-host, I'm looking at her right now because I'm going to turn the microphone over to Nancy in just about a second. And she monitors our telephone line. We have 5 lines, and she does a really good job of answering those, getting those callers that are holding on the air without a long, long wait. We hate it when we get backed up and people call and they get a busy signal. And we hate it when someone calls in and has to wait and wait and wait. So Nancy does a masterful job of getting to the phones. We might have some calls now. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the phone over to Nancy Stewart, my co-host, the love of my life, also my wife, and a female advocate like you won't believe.
I'm going to jump across his desk and give you a big kiss.
Oh, okay. That'll be good radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm tempted to talk about this news that hit the newspapers. Earl and I were talking on our way in about this top executives at a subprime auto lender. It's not funny. And they're charged with defrauding banks and investors. But there's so much to talk about. We'll get back to that. And we'll talk about Carlos. You all remember him with Nissan and him
Carlos
escaping
Ghosn,
with in a piece of luggage. And it's if it wasn't so horrible. Anyway, ladies, have you felt talked down to? Have you felt like as if that you were probably going to be taken advantage of? Did you think to yourself, I've got to get out of here? Well, there's a lot of that going on. Things have they really have gotten a little better, but we need to support each other and understand, how you feel, each one of us, when we're talked down to, or we're just made to think that, we just don't know what we're talking about when we're in a dealership and we want to purchase a vehicle. So stay tuned for a lot of information this morning in the next 2 hours. And also, remember last week I promised everybody a $50 Amazon gift certificate. It can get emailed to you. And isn't that amazing news, especially this time of year? A $50 Amazon gift certificate that'll be emailed directly to you as soon as you give Jeremy in the control room the information that he needs. Without further ado, we're going to go to the phones. John's been holding from Palm City, and he's a regular caller. Good morning, John.
Good
Welcome.
morning. I can't wait to share the news of a solid-state EV battery. It's out now under testing. It's a company called Factorial, Factorial. They're out of Massachusetts. They're working with Mercedes-Benz, and right now their battery, which is lighter and cheaper than all the other EV batteries, gets, sit down for this one, 750 miles on one charge.
Wow.
Compare that with Mercedes EQS, which gets 380 now. A Tesla Model S gets 366. A Tesla Model 3 gets 334. A BMW gets 318, etc., etc. Even a Lucid gets 314. Now, this company will be public traded, going on the stock exchange next summer. Okay, they're working with Stellantis, they're working with other manufacturers, but the actual figure is 750 miles on one charge, and it's unbelievable. It's a lighter, solid-state battery. They predict they will be in all 2027 EV cars, and it's it's just the best information ever to dream of 750 miles on one charge.
Wow, that's
So I wanted to
amazing.
mention them.
750 miles.
750. You look them up, Factorial. They're in the Boston area. Tremendous amount of money behind them, and the public stock will be traded on the exchange by this coming summer. So, and they're working with all the manufacturers now. They started with the Mercedes, and they're working with Stellantis, and they're going down the whole line. So this is not only fabulous because these are less priced batteries, and they're lighter. They're much lighter than the present EV batteries. So I just had to share this good news, and it's just great. Now, one other thing, too, I'd like to mention. Somebody right now is working on it, probably one of the manufacturers, of a 250 anniversary special model for next year for our 2026. Now, only one manufacturer in the bicentennial year of 1776 was smart enough to come out with a limited edition of a car, red, white, and blue. They're still around today. There was 200 of them made. It was Cadillac. It was a convertible. And I remember seeing one directly in Hoyle Cadillac, I think was where Earl used to have the Pontiac dealership on Route 1 in Delray, and he had one actually in the showroom. Very, very limited, 200 of them. And for next year, I don't know if it'll be Cadillac again, but at least one of the manufacturers will have a limited special edition automobile that's going to be in demand. By the way, Florida now just came out with a new vanity plate, which you can buy at your local motor vehicle, and it's a 250-year special edition with Florida on it.
Do we really need another Florida plate?
I don't think.
Folks, I honestly think we have set the record for the United States. I think Florida has more plates available of just simply. Now, I'm not talking plates where you get to choose some weird coded little message in the numbers.
Right.
I'm just saying that for all the various different charities and sports teams and colleges, Florida has more license plates for your car than any other state in the union. And now we've got the new law that you cannot put a ring around your plate if it covers any portion of the lettering or the registration sticker.
Interesting.
And be aware of this, folks, because they also increased the penalty up to a misdemeanor penalty that you can actually be taken to jail if the police officer decides to get angry about a license plate ring on your car. So watch out for if you've got a decorative ring around your license plate, because
John, I just checked with ChatGPT, and if we had a 750 mile range battery on our Tesla right now, we went north, we could get all the way to Roanoke, Virginia, on one charge. Now that is a long way from North Palm Beach to Roanoke, Virginia. That is amazing.
For a lot of people, that's almost a month worth of driving.
It shows you how far we're going with EV, and especially we're looking forward on the Tesla, because in my opinion, the Tesla is the number one car in the entire world.
Well, I think that's a controversial statement. We agree with you, but there's a whole lot of people out there that hate Teslas. So it's almost a political question now. But I try to get out of the politics of it and just look at, Nancy and I are personally driving a couple, and it's embarrassing sometimes. People say, "Aren't you a Toyota dealer?" I said, "Yeah, but I like to find out about my competition." And I'll be honest with you, I look at Tesla as my competition at Toyota, because I know Toyota, they dominate. Now they're the world's largest auto manufacturer, but the way you stay the world's largest auto manufacturer is knowing your competition. And I see only one worry on the horizon for me, to have a better car and sell more cars, and that's Tesla. And I'm doing that not because I like the idea for me as a Toyota dealer, but because you got to know what's going on. If you put the blinders on, your competition will crush you.
I agree with you 100%.
Thank you, John.
Some of these sickos that are out there that are trying to destroy these EVs.
Yeah.
I mean, the showroom setting on fire and the cars remind me of the people that totally destroyed the Tucker and the DeLorean. They wanted.
Exactly.
It was a threat to the manufacturers, and they would have put a lot of them out of business. So
absolutely,
glory behind it.
Well, John, thank you. You're our best and longest caller, and we consider you part of the Earl Stuart on Cars team. We ought to have your picture on the website. In fact, maybe we'll do that, but no one's been with us longer, and no one is more reliable. You're very important to the show, and thank you very, very much for your loyalty.
My pleasure, guys. Keep up your good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. To what you said about Tesla and the popularity, it's really amazing. I checked it out, and there's 33% of a positive opinion, but this versus the 39% of dislike today. And it's really interesting. And to what you said, you have to leave politics out of it and a lot of other things and just look at what you're driving, and what a spectacular vehicle. And it makes so much sense. And
Yeah.
it's so safe.
Yeah, truly. Okay, where do we stand now? Any more calls?
No, 877-960-9960, or you can text us at 772-497-6530. That's 772-497-6530. Ladies, mentioned when we opened the show that we have a $50 Amazon gift certificate for you ladies. And what a great time of the year to
If
give
you
away.
haven't called the show before,
Yes. Even if you've called the show before. So you threw me off there. Anyway, my
Sorry.
train of thought. I'm gonna go back to the phones, and we're gonna talk to Bob, and Bob is giving us a call from Lake Park. Welcome, Bob.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry
Good.
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
all those,
All the
everything.
above.
everything, right?
All the above.
Welcome, Bob.
Malcolm. Rick, someone he already got arrested for the covering the license plate. They put him in jail.
No.
Yep.
Yes, and he's suing. I believe he's suing. He's got an attorney. He's
Yeah.
going to sue them.
I'm totally not surprised, and I have heard stories even from police chiefs and sheriffs throughout the state of Florida who have said that even the law is so broadly worded and so vague that even their own law enforcement personnel are having a hard time deciphering just what it means. So we're going to see some interesting controversy on this in the next several months to a year of the courts deciding how applicable this law can be.
The thought here, this thought just occurred to me on that subject. I could get a blank license plate, and I could design a Florida plate and paint it and put it on my car, and nobody would know if it was really a Florida plate. Because
No kidding.
Yeah, there's so many different ones.
And
know,
Bob, where did this happen in the Lake Park area recently?
No, it was in South Florida. I think it was south of here, down in Broward.
Oh, really?
I think it was in Broward. Yeah, and
What
The other
prompted
thing
the arrest? Do you know the details? Did the driver become unruly, or?
No, it's just it's basically. I think law enforcement is confused by the rule, by the law that they wrote, and all the sheriff's department. Everybody has a different interpretation.
Oh, that's not good.
What actually covers the place? So they just took this guy in. He was only in jail for a day. You can get up this. I think you can get up to like 6 months or something. The way the law is written. But
Oh, goodness.
But Rick is right. There's so many different plates. They're not. If someone commits a crime, and you see it happen, and he drives away, and they ask you, well, did he have a Florida plate? It would be hard to tell because they have them in all different colors now too. So you can't even tell. You can't even tell if it's an out-of-state plate or not. There's so many different plates. And now I heard they're also thinking about getting rid of the sticker. The stickers that you put on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they're talking about getting rid of those stickers that you apply to the plate.
Hey, I
So
just
that would be a
looked
good
up that story, and the person was arrested by Davie Police. Davie is, for those who don't know, it's a small town down near Fort Lauderdale, and near Fort Lauderdale in Miami, down South Florida there. He's received an apology, but he was wrongfully arrested due to the license plate frame. Now here comes the best part, on his rental car.
No.
He had rented a car. He
Not
didn't even
even-
own the car, but he was
didn't own
arrested
it.
because the rental company had a frame on the license plate.
Imagine that. They still threw him in jail. It wasn't even his car.
Not only in jail, he had to go to the hospital. Apparently, he was injured or felt sick. Maybe had a panic attack or something because of fear. This poor guy. Wow.
That's a terrible story.
I just ChatGPT'd this, and right now there are 170 different Florida license plates available.
Wow.
So how's a cop supposed to know that that's a Florida license plate? I'm going to start selling Florida license plates in my parts department because.
Well, you'll get caught because of one technology, though. They have cameras now installed in the police cars that automatically read license plates and immediately give the officer a rundown on his computer showing is that plate registered to that particular car and is the registration valid.
I would seriously question if with 170 license plates, and that is just basic license plates, if someone uses a personalized license plate, they can have different letters and numbers on a personal. So when you take it and put it all together, you're looking at permutations and combinations, literally millions. I doubt, and I'll ChatGPT this, that if a computer that a cop has on his car can tell him whose license plate is that in that car in front of me right now, I'll bet they can't do it.
Back to this guy that was arrested in
Davey.
Rick, he alluded to the fact that, he really, Rick said that he didn't know whether, the driver got sick or maybe he got roughed up, whatever happened. But, I think to solve this whole problem, there should be more education. These police officers have to know what they're doing and who's in violation.
Well,
Right. Well, I think it was the way the law was written. Yeah, it's left to interpretation.
Yep.
So I have another thing, Rick. I had called a few weeks ago and told you that there was something you could buy on the internet to turn back your odometer. I don't know if you remember that call. I spoke to you about this. Carfax just came out with a report that there's 2.5 million cars on the road that have had their odometers rolled back.
Mm-hmm.
And people are doing this now because the value for used cars, if you want to sell your used car, is going way up. So if your car is 7 or 8 years old, it has 150,000 miles on it, you can roll that thing back to 50,000, and then you could get a lot more money for the car.
Well, there's one major drawback to that. If your car was ever in for service at a dealership or a lot of other shops that use electronic reporting, and Carfax gets records from these different automotive shops and especially from the dealerships. So they're going to notice a discrepancy in the mileage that is reported. And as a matter of fact, I've seen issues with this with even our own dealership. This happens rarely, but it does happen. When someone is typing in the mileage for when you bring your car in for service and they accidentally type it in wrong, it can change the mileage on your car legally in that computer system and cause a bit of chaos.
Yeah,
so
but I would think though, Rick, that people that have used cars that are older, why would they bring the car to a dealer? It's going to cost them 2-3 times the money. Most people use independent private shops, and they don't record them electronically record the mileage anywhere.
Actually, a lot of them do now.
They do.
If they're running it electronically, a lot of them work with Carfax and they report. Like body shops will report most repairs.
The Carfax report said there's 2.5 million cars on the road, 500,000 of them in California.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said that have had their odometers rolled back. I just thought it was, because like I said, you can buy this thing on the internet, and you could just turn the mileage back, and then you go sell it. And
but I find myself totally on the side of folks don't do that.
Yeah, well, definitely it's fraud, and you can be prosecuted under the federal law. Bob, thank you for the information.
Okay.
It was a great call.
Have a great holiday, everyone.
Happy holidays, Bob. We hope to hear from you again. Our number here is 772-497-6530. You can also text us at 772-497-6530. We have a mystery shopper report coming up from Stuart again, and it's Sterling Buick. We also have...
That's Stuart, Florida.
Pardon me?
Stuart, Florida.
Yes.
Yep.
A lot of people confuse us with Stuart, so that's understandable.
Okay, that's a good point. So that's Sterling Buick, and it's Sterling Buick GMC, and that's in Stuart, Florida. We are going to go back to the recovering car dealer.
Yeah, I would like to. We try to get as many females to call the show as possible. And in my introduction this morning, I addressed the retailers and the manufacturers of cars because we're their enemy. We openly criticize, challenge, embarrass. They're good dealers out there. They're good auto manufacturers out there, but unfortunately, most are not. And we talk about it a lot. I feel nervous about not hearing your side of the story, meaning you out there that human nature tells me you're listening. Human nature tells me that maybe you're reluctant to call the show. So I'm going to do something along the line of what Nancy does for first-time female callers. And this just popped into my mind. If you're an automobile dealer or you are a manager, executive of a auto manufacturing company, or a manager in a car dealership, I'm not going to open up to all employees. I'd like to have somebody up the line a little bit, just like a manager, sales manager, service manager. But if you're a manager or owner of a dealership anywhere in the world, and you'll call the show today, and we can substantiate that. I mean, we'll just get your contact information, verify that your call is legitimate. I will donate $1,000 to your favorite charity. Not my charity, or my charity, it would be Big Dog Ranch Rescue, but I will donate $1,000 to your favorite charity, which may be you. That's okay. Whoever you want the check made out to, but I want to verify that you're calling from a car dealership, you are a manager, and if you're an auto manufacturer, a manager with a auto manufacturer. I mean, you're with Nissan, you're with Volkswagen, you're with Toyota. I'd really love to have a Toyota guy call me. And just have a conversation. I promise I'll treat you with courtesy and respect. I will not hang up on you. I will not embarrass you. I will have a civil dialogue, listening to your opinion. I won't cut you off or talk over you. I want to hear your side of the story. $1,000 to your favorite charity, if you're a car dealer or you're an automobile manufacturer. I'd love to have you call the show. That number is 877-960-9960. 877-960-9960. In fact, if you call the show, and I hope Jeremy is listening, I know Nancy's listening, but if you call the show and you identify yourself as an auto manufacturer or dealer, I'll put you ahead of all the other callers. I think it's important because I have been so derisive and so critical of your businesses over the years. We'd love to hear from you. And I don't know why more of you don't call, and I promise I will stick to what I said. You'll be treated with courtesy and respect, and I will let you have your say without hanging up on you, cutting you off, or criticizing you. Rick?
South Florida Two-Step says, my brother is a parts manager at a Chevy dealership. Does that count?
Yes.
Is that high enough, a parts manager?
Yes.
There you go, South Florida Two-Step. That one counts.
Yeah. There you go. To what Earl said, I'm going to add that $50 Amazon gift certificate to the first two new lady callers, and I'm going to continue that offer throughout the show. And you know what that means. So we have another two, new female callers. They get a gift certificate, an Amazon gift certificate. So it's a win-win situation. And ladies do they do more pre-purchase homework. I mean, they really put their heart and soul into this in order not to be taken advantage of. But things are pretty tricky today, and it happens. And guess what? It happens to all of us. I can't just sit here and say, that it happens just to women. And that brings me to the column that I talk about often that Earl wrote. And you can go to Earl on Cars and find this column because he wrote it a while ago. And it's the deal that nobody talks about, when you're blatantly taken advantage of. Okay, that number is 877-960-9960. You can text us at 772-497-6530. And we do have a female caller that's been holding from Boca. And her name is Elaine, and I believe that she may have called before. Good morning, Elaine.
Good morning, and happy, healthy New Year to everyone associated with your program.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I have a quick question. I've always understood how a car works. I have a 6-cylinder, don't want to give it up, but it's time to get a new car. My cousin raves about his RAV4, but can't quite explain how the hybrid works. Can someone, maybe Mr. Carney, give a quick explanation of how a hybrid works? And I'll hang up and listen quietly.
I will put this in as tiny a nutshell as I can.
Excuse me, Rick.
Yep.
Elaine, thank you for calling. Please spread the word that we are supporting women here at Earl on Cars, and we would love to hear from all of you.
Yeah, I was a lady who called about the clear coat problem.
Okay. I remember that. Yeah.
I do. Okay, so
okay, Rick is going to, you can hang up and Rick will talk.
The Toyota hybrid system, probably the most popular design on the road right now everywhere in the world. It's an electric motor.
Well, they all operate pretty much the same way.
Right.
Yes.
But it's an electric motor that drives the wheels. So the car is actually being driven by electricity, and the gasoline engine acts as a generator to help create the electricity to drive the car. That's the simplest nutshell. So what happens is the gasoline engine can start up to charge up the battery and to drive the car, and then when it doesn't need it, it can shut the engine off, so you save a huge amount of gasoline. And the big difference with a hybrid over, say, like that new auto start-stop that they came out on normal gasoline cars, is that the hybrid electric motors are what are used to restart the engine. And it does not use the 12-volt battery or a starter, so those items don't wear out like they do with that start-stop. So hybrid is literally the best of all the worlds put together into one lump.
Yeah.
Now, with some of the newer ones like trucks, the bigger trucks that have a hybrid system, that's where the gasoline engine mostly drives the vehicle, and the hybrid actually acts as a booster. The hybrid battery and motor act as a booster to give the vehicle more power when it needs it and to let it run under electric alone sometimes. But it makes them both much more economical on fuel and much, much cleaner, because the engine, the computer controls how much fuel is going in much more precisely, and the vehicle does not pollute near as much. It's literally the best of all the worlds.
And the computer does all the work. It decides which one to use. So
exactly.
It is just a great vehicle. It's a great investment. Okay, Elaine, I hope you're happy with the answers that you received. give us a call again. Our number here is 877-960-9960, and you can text us at 772-497-6530. Don't forget your anonymous feedback.com. And again, ladies, $50 gift certificate from Amazon. You can sure use that this time of year. So give us a call, and we'll extend that to you. $50 Amazon gift certificate emailed directly to you as soon as you give Jeremy the information that we need to send that to you. We are going to stay with the phones, and Ellen, I believe, she too is calling from Boca, and she has called before. Good morning, Ellen.
Hi. I've called before. I have a 2025 Toyota Camry that I bought new, and I lived near the ocean at that point, and it wound up with rust underneath, which I've been told caused the sea salt and all that caused the problem. Now that I've moved away from there, I'm in Boca. What happens with that damage? Does it just stop and I'm okay to go, or is there something I need to do?
Unfortunately, once rust has really stepped in and gotten a good foothold, the only way to stop it is you've got to basically scrape and grind all the rust off and put a protective paint coat over the metal. Certain other items like the brake rotors, those when they just get too rusty, they're just replaced. For the most part, though, once you get away from the ocean, that rust is going to slow down a whole lot. The best thing you can do is, if you're concerned, have it evaluated by your mechanic. Ask them to go underneath, really take a good close look, and anything that looks like it might be having problems. There are also some chemicals that can be used on lighter amounts that will actually neutralize that corrosion, and then they can spray a protective coating over it to keep it from corroding further.
Ellen, you said that's a 2025?
Right.
Yeah, you're under warranty, I imagine. And
I know. They won't do anything. They said, that's where you live. I've had a whole problem with them. Yeah. And, they told me that's your problem. And they refused to do anything. And I got in touch with corporate Toyota, and they said that you could put something on it like, you're saying. And I brought it in. They kept it overnight, gave me a rental. And they said, we can't do anything. First of all, it's too expensive, and it won't last.
How many miles do you have on the vehicle?
Very little, like 3,000 or 4,000.
Oh, my.
Oh, goodness.
I don't understand that. And, Rick, do you?
Well, manufacturers are kind of they get strict about environmental issues, and living right next to the ocean, saltwater spray causes corrosion.
Well, here, I'm going to say something I don't normally say. Bring the car to my dealership and speak with Daniel Trapp. He's my director of service parts and body shop, Daniel Trapp. And bring your car in. We'll present this to Toyota, and if they won't fix it under warranty, we'll try to get you some sort of an adjustment. Even if they don't pay for all the expense, they, in my opinion, should pay for a part of it. So if you'll do that, unfortunately, Toyota makes decisions with their customers depending on the dealer they go into. And if they have a dealer, one dealer might get a turn down, but another dealer that knows how to present and has a reputation with Toyota, they'll get consideration. So bring it in.
Was the Al Hendrickson Toyota?
Well, that explains a lot. And we mystery shopped Al Hendrickson and over the years, and it's kind of a circus. They're actually one of the largest Toyota dealerships in the country, but they're also one of the most flamboyant. I believe last time we shopped him, he had the world's record junk fee. It was several $1,000s, and it was a new record, but we haven't shopped him in a while. But it's a long drive from Coconut Creek, which is where Al Hendrickson is, to my dealership in North Palm Beach. But if you'll call first, tell them I said to call you, make an appointment, come in, we'll help you.
Okay, thank you. And I also want to thank you again for getting me all those junk fees off.
Yes.
You're welcome, Ellen. Ellen, I have two questions for you. The first one, how did you find Earl on Cars when you called before?
I think I just Googled it because I was having problems, with the car, and they weren't helping me out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry I didn't know about you before I bought the car, but at least I finally found you, and you were very helpful, and I appreciate that.
Oh, great. Ellen, also the second question, did you receive $50 for being a first-time female caller?
Yes.
You did? Okay, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen, please spread the word. We're trying to build a platform here for women because we know they're out there, and they always, well, not always, they oftentimes are not comfortable with calling, so we would appreciate anything you could do for us, and we look forward to seeing you at Earl Stuart Toyota.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been telling people, other women about it and all that, so
thank you for that.
Through. Okay, thank you.
Have a great weekend. Bye. Our number here is 877-960-9960. You can also text us at 772-497-6530. And this is probably the first time that I've had a whole stream of female callers, except for John and Bob that called. They've all been female callers. So we're going to go to Julie, who's calling us from Palm Beach Gardens, Palm Beach Gardens, and she too has called before. Welcome back, Julie.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Good.
What can we do for you this morning? It's great to hear from you.
So listen, I called you guys last week, and we were talking about my Tesla plug and how it was making that, that notice that it was getting too hot, So anyway, I had called my electrician back, and he said it wasn't anything to do with the electrical work. So, you know what I did? I took the plug, and I brought it down to Tesla, and they tested it, and it was the plug. And they were so cool.
Congratulations.
Gave me a brand new plug. Yeah. So I just had him tested. I was like, this electrician that I had, he's just a really cool guy. So I didn't think that, but when I called him back, he came over and he said, I'm telling you, it's not this. It's got to be the plug.
Yeah. We were all kind of baffled last week. And
I know.
That's just great that you did what you did. You definitely are an educated consumer.
And they were so nice about taking it back. They didn't charge me. They gave me a brand new one and the box, everything. So they were just really, really nice about it.
I'm so excited for you. That's just great.
Thank
you so much for my thank you so much for my $50 gift card because I loved it. I'm gonna be using it soon.
Oh, great! I'll tell you what. You don't realize, that you're an inspiration. This call, there are so many women who are listening to you, and you're an inspiration. There are a lot of women who just don't want to make that call, and I thank you for that.
Yes, well, you're welcome, and thank you for being around for us to call and ask questions and see what you guys think. It's great to have that platform. So
thank you.
Congratulations and good luck with it, and I wish you all well and have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. Happy holidays. We're going to go to another female caller.
Wow.
And her name is Heather. She's calling us from West Palm Beach, and she is a first-time caller. Good morning, Heather.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We're great.
I just wanted to see what caller I ended up being.
Pardon me?
I just wanted to see where I fell, in the calls. And just...
Oh, okay. And you, know to stay on the line after we're done talking because you will receive a $50 Amazon gift certificate.
Right
It'll
away.
be emailed to you.
Right away. It's
and
like
it comes directly
instant
to
gratification.
you the minute that Jeremy takes your information.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. And I just had some questions, too, about the hybrid. I was, wondering about doing a full electric like the Tesla or getting the hybrid. And I just had the questions, which one is more fuel efficient and which is better. I know I was even looking into the, the RAV4, the hybrid.
Great car.
Something like that. But what do you find your experience is now with the hybrid versus the electric?
I know I'm prejudiced because Toyota builds a whole lot of hybrids. They kind of invented the hybrid with the Prius, and electric vehicles are a little new on the scene. But if I wanted to sleep at night and have peace of mind, I would buy a hybrid that was well established. Electric cars are still, I love, Nancy drives a Tesla Plaid. I drive a Tesla Cybertruck, even though we have a Toyota dealership. But we do it more for the excitement and the innovative technology. But go to Consumer Reports and find a hybrid that's highly recommended. And you'll save money. The hybrid will be less expensive than the electric vehicle, and unless you do a whole lot of driving, the fuel economy will be incredible.
Now, what if I do? Because I am planning on moving to Ocala. I live in West Palm right now, and I'm planning to move to Ocala and drive back and forth to see my children. So that's why I was kind of thinking of the full electric, because I would, then not have to buy the gas. But you still think, so if you do long ranges, would it be better for full electric or still good for the hybrid?
Ocala is well within the mileage range of an electric vehicle. So as long as you're used to having something different, in other words, people get into the habit of, we got a gas station on every corner in America, but there's not a charging station now.
Well, that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of getting stuck somewhere and not being able to charge it.
Yeah, it's psychological, really, because with a Tesla, for example, you can look at your dash, look at your display on your dash, and it will tell you at all times the driving time and distance to every charger. So that gives you peace of mind. If you're happy with that, then the electric vehicle would get you all the way back and forth between Ocala and here with no charge. And it's just a cool feeling to go whizzing past those gas stations. Every time I go past these gas stations that I used to go in, where the sun would be in my eyes and I couldn't see the gas meter, and I had to bend over because I'm tall, and then occasionally I'd spill gas on my pants leg.
Not to mention the cursing. The cursing was very.
The cursing. I used to curse every time I
smell like gas.
Heather, I got to tell you, as far as the electric car is concerned, and I do drive, as Earl said, the Tesla Plaid. I want to tell you, I was a little nervous at first, and you really have to be a chance taker. You really have to be patient. There is just a lot to recognize, and one of the major things for me was the drivers around me. They weren't on, the same wavelength, so to speak, that I was on. Combustion vehicles, we've gotten used to them, and they have a certain, and I didn't even realize it, a certain way of driving. And as I said, there's nothing bad I can say about a Tesla Plaid.
I drove
safe.
One, and I
it's
just
amazing.
loved it, the way it felt. It felt like riding in a cloud, and the acceleration was great. I just love the way they drove.
Yeah, it is.
When I test drove one,
it is definitely amazing. And right now, I'm really enjoying self-driving. We don't have enough time right now for me to talk about that. Rick, were you gonna?
I know what Earl does when he goes by those gas stations. He goes, nah, 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 nah. I've seen him do it.
I feel
Rick
happy.
knows Earl.
Well, and you're a part of Earl Stuart Toyota?
Yes.
I'm an auto mechanic there.
And where is that? I know. Is that up in
North Palm Beach?
Yeah. It's on US 1.
North Palm Beach.
It's on Highway US 1, about 1.5 blocks south of North Lake Boulevard.
Yeah, and you're in West Palm Beach, Heather, so, the dealership is north of you.
Well, I thought of the Prius too, but then I thought it might just be a little small. I'm in an SUV right now, so I'm kind of, wanting to stay with a little more space, but
Yeah.
I thought about the Prius,
Yeah.
so that's why I was thinking then again about the SUV. They have the RAV4. Is that the one you would probably recommend if I want to go up from the Prius just in size? Or I like it kind of more of an SUV.
Yes, that's our best car, the RAV4.
My wife and I drive a RAV4, and she actually uses one of those little mobility scooters to be able to get around easily. And it's a take-apart model, and it fits beautifully in the back cargo area, and we still have a ton of room in that vehicle. And they're great vehicles.
And my daughter drives a RAV4, and there's nothing that she says that is negative about that RAV4. And she's needs a little more space. She's got grandchildren.
We're slowly turning this into a commercial.
Yeah. So it's a great vehicle. And Heather, I have to commend you for, exploring your options. And today there are so many.
Yes, there are. Well, thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Heather.
As far as that. I'll just hold on the line for someone to come and ask
Jeremy will take your information and get that done with. Thank you.
Well,
and spread the word that we do support ladies here, and we'll continue.
I will spread it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Heather. Well, we're breaking the records today. We're going to go with Carolyn. Carolyn is calling us from Missouri, and she is a first-time caller. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning. How are you all?
Welcome. You know that you won a $50 Amazon certificate. When you stay on the line, you can give Jeremy in our control room your information, and you automatically will get that gift card. What can we do for you?
That's a wonderful gift, and I was just calling to thank you all for this program that you do. I started listening years ago. My brother watches religiously every weekend, and I at first thought he was crazy.
Really?
Why are you watching these people? But the more that I was subjected to listening and watching, I thought, what a great service you're doing, and we just wanted to make sure that I called in and said that because.
Oh, how nice that is! That really it goes so far. It's amazing the number of women that are listening to the show. And they just heard what you said, and it's so important that we all, as women, support each other.
Yes, but the information is really empowering that you provide, and
without a doubt,
quite the secret society. Like going to buy a car, and it's definitely definitely a scary experience. I've done it before, but I never really had a problem because I'm in sales myself, so I know how to work the system, but there's so many people who do not understand that, and
pretty hard.
Quite a frightening experience.
It's pretty hard to fool a woman from Missouri.
Yeah. Well, I moved here from Florida. Those hurricanes got the best of me with Ian, so now I'm up here, and but definitely have strong ties still all over Florida. So we do watch and listen to some things, different podcasts and shows, but yours has definitely helped my brother to go out and purchase a vehicle that he was very happy with, and he was definitely could not have done it without your support.
Music to our ears. Thank you.
Amazing.
Well,
Hey, you go, girl. You're the show me state.
I do have a question, though. My favorite car that I ever owned, this was, I can't remember the exact year, set the early 2000s, was an Audi red convertible turbo. What would be out on the market now that I could consider that would give me that same thrill that I had with that car?
Gosh, I'd have to refer you to Consumer Reports. There are a lot of cars out there. Audi is a great car. I can't be BMW comes to mind. Mercedes in that class. And if I were in your shoes and I love my Audi convertible and I wanted to buy something like it that would maybe be even better, I'd go to the Consumer Reports online, or I'd buy a hard copy or go to a library and get a hard copy and look for classification of cars in the convertible line and go with their recommendation.
Okay. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome. You know, this last edition of the Consumer Report, it has so much information in it, and it's just amazing. It's a win-win situation. Earl and I refer to the Consumer Report for everything, and this last subscription that we got was the January-February 2026. So if you get a chance, you go to the library or subscribe to it, it definitely, is something you can use in the future. I thank you so much.
And thank you all, and have a great New Year.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Okay, I think it might be time to go to the guys.
Well,
we got to give the guys a chance.
I want to know why I haven't had anyone take me up. Nancy's only given away $50. I'm giving away $1,000. Oh. And $1,000 to an employee, a management employee of a car dealership, or a management employee of a auto manufacturer. I want someone. I'm not being discriminatory by not paying people on the lower levels, but I'm talking about someone that has more knowledge of what's going on with respect to the consumer. And so a typical car dealership with 100 employees has got 25 or 30 managers in there of some nature. And if you call, I will give $1,000 to your favorite charity if you verify your employment with that car dealership or auto manufacturer. You heard me right. $1,000, no strings attached, if you're employed at a car dealership in a managerial capacity. I want to hear your side of the story. Same goes with auto manufacturers. If you work for Honda or General Motors or Nissan or Toyota, anybody that is in a managerial capacity with a automobile dealership or manufacturer, $1,000 to your favorite charity, no strings attached. I do want to verify that employment, which I think you can understand. I don't want some joker coming up and getting $1,000 in the mail and he works at the post office. I want somebody that's really in a car dealership or in a auto manufacturer. $1,000 to your favorite charity. And I'll say this, we're on the air for 2 hours. If nobody calls, that tells a lot about you right there. If you would deny your favorite charity $1,000 just for a call to the show, what does that say about you? Okay, $1,000 to the employees in the managerial capacity of a car dealership anywhere in the United States or an auto manufacturer anywhere in the United States.
That'll stir them up.
That'll stir them up, yeah.
You know what, folks? Isn't this a good feeling? Do you feel the serotonin? Oh, I just feel it's all throughout my body. It tickles us to death to give, especially this time of year. Give us a call toll free, 877-960-9960, or you can text us at 772-497-6530. Don't forget, ladies, $50 Amazon gift certificate emailed directly to you. Yes, directly to you. As I said a couple minutes ago, I'm going to, take a couple of calls from the guys now. We kind of monopolized the phone lines, didn't we, ladies? I love it. I'm sitting here. Can you see me? I am smiling. What a morning. It's been a long time since it's been like this. And boy, do I just appreciate every single one of you ladies. There's proof out there. You're listening. You are listening. Thank you so much. We're going to go to the patient, Frank, in Jupiter Farms. Morning, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Well, good morning, guys. Soon to be Christmas. I'm watching you for the first time on YouTube. I mean, to talk about a dinosaur being in a technology or lack of technology. It's really nice seeing the Christmas lights you got on your house. But anyway, in the background. With that, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Earl helped my daughter out in Utah several years ago to get her RAV4. He made some calls. She was, like, overwhelmed with the discount she got, the courtesy they gave to her. The salesman said he never saw a price so well. Who do you know? And she said, well, my dad did. Well, who does he know? And obviously, it was Earl Stuart. So with that, I want to thank you. She, I think, has close to 200,000 miles on that car. I'll find out more specifically next time because of the time zone difference. She's not awake yet out there. But, yeah, for the people that are looking for a hybrid. I didn't really know about exactly how the hybrid worked till I heard it explained this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's an amazing invention.
Yeah. But anyway, I have been out for a while doing some mystery shopping on my own, actually thinking about buying a car, and it's truly amazing. But the fees, I think what they're doing now, if you see the price online for the car price, there's a little thing that says, yes, this is the MSRP, and then there's a little hyphen, but we will add a battery charge, we'll add a dealer fee, we'll do all this and that, where they're getting around that is actually advertised that you saw that you were going to pay these fees, that you can't have them deducted.
And the fine print, of course, yeah.
Yeah, in a very fine print. But, yeah, that's about it. I'm not here in the farm today trying to get caught up for Christmas and ready for a little holidays. But, again, it was really quite a surprise to see you guys on the radio, on live radio with the YouTube. So with that, I'll let you guys go, and I won't talk much.
I'm glad you're enjoying that, Frank, and it was great to hear from you.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much.
Happy holidays
Frank,
to you
give
and
the
your
kitty
family.
cat a snack. I could hear him. He sounded kind of annoyed there.
He wanted the door open. We got two cats.
I thought he was hungry.
I'll send you a quick picture on the cell thing with them. But yeah, they're quite the happy cats. So to speak.
Don't mess with Anne Marie.
No, that's for sure. She's down at where is she today? Terramarsh store. They're on US 1, just south of Donald Ross on US 1. There's that store there, that green building. Her son married the owner's daughter, so she helps him out during the holidays behind the counter and doing things. And
how
my
nice.
goodness, the place is like a zoo. But so, all right, guys, have a wonderful holiday. We'll speak to you after Christmas. And
Happy
New Year.
Frank, to you and your
Thank you,
family. Thanks for being part of the show. We are going to go to John, who is holding from West Palm Beach. Excuse me, Mimi, if you're listening, I'll be right with you.
Hello?
Good morning, John.
Yeah, hey, good morning. I want to, several callers ago, the young lady that was asking about EVs between hybrid and that, and she goes to Ocala. Hopefully she's still listening. I drive my Tesla from West Palm all the way up to Michigan, Houghton Lake, halfway through the state. It cost me $140 in charging fees. Now, it does take a little bit longer, and if it was a gas car, it takes me about 24 hours because I stop. With the Tesla, it took me 25 hours, 26 hours. Because you got to stop and charge. So that's the only drawback, you know. But then again, I'm not driving a semi where time is money on the road. You know, so so if that gives her an idea. And then she was worried about charging. If there's a Wawa or a Buc-ee's between wherever she lives, I think it was Palm Beach Gardens, and Ocala, she's going to be able to charge. Now, I doubt if there's any secluded areas anymore that do not have a charging option.
Yeah, I think you're right, John. And she was really nervous. That was her major concern.
It's called range anxiety.
Yeah.
It's you know, so the and one of the mistakes that people make when they get their Tesla, they put the little finder on battery percentage or mileage or miles. And I always used to keep it on miles, so I knew, but I'd get that, you know, whatever you just call it, anxiety.
Yeah.
But leaving it on percentage gives me a much better idea of how far I can go. So my suggestion is leave it on the percentage and not the miles.
Yeah, I like that. I do. That's what I do on my Tesla.
Very good. All right, great. That's it for me. I kept it short this week.
Thank you,
A lot of
John.
callers.
It's great to hear from you.
You're-
We're going to go to Mimi, and she's calling us from West Palm Beach, and she too has called before. Good morning, Mimi.
Hi, how you doing?
Welcome back.
Thanks. I have a 4Runner. I guess I didn't have it when I called years ago. I have a 4Runner now, and I love it. But I'm having a hard time getting along with the window and the hatch because I could have the car running or a door open when I'm trying to lower it, and it doesn't. It won't lower. Or I could be sitting in the driver's seat and rest my purse in the middle console and inadvertently lower the window that way. Is there a way or mechanism to reprogram that window to my liking?
On the Forerunners, now what year's yours?
23.
23? All right, the window lock button that's on your driver's side door should lock that window as well, to where then it can only be lowered if you turn that window lock off. So that would definitely help stop it from accidentally going down if you put your purse on the button.
Okay, I'll try that.
And otherwise, in a lot of cases, they have safety lockouts that you can only make that window go up and down at certain times. Double check the owner's manual, and it'll give you a good list of those lockouts. And they're mainly for safety purposes, so that you don't wind up like with kids accidentally getting the window going up and down and somebody getting caught in it.
Okay. I'll check that.
Yeah, but that window lock will, on just about every Toyota I've ever played with. I haven't verified this on the newest ones yet, but we've had so many customers all of a sudden are like, but my back window won't work, or their rear wiper wouldn't work. And it was because that window was down just a little bit, and that would shut off the rear wiper, but also that window lock would turn off the back window as well. And a lot of people didn't expect that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks so much.
Thank
You're
you,
very
Mimi.
welcome. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Thank
Mimi.
you.
Give us
Happy
a call
holidays
back.
to you.
Let us know how that turned out for you.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, again, ladies, $50 Amazon gift certificate. We're giving it away. And Earl, want to repeat your $1,000?
I'm starting to get.
Go for it anyway.
I'm getting angry.
Go for it anyway. Turn that anger into
Are you telling
determination.
me? And what Nancy's talking about is at the beginning of the show, I offered $1,000 to the favorite charity of any car dealer employee that is in the managerial staff, car dealer manager, or automobile manufacturer manager of any description. We had a caller earlier said that he had his brother was a parts manager, and I said, yeah, if he wants to call, and if this person doesn't call, if I were a parts manager, I might be afraid to call because your car dealer would be very angry if you did call, especially based on what you might have to say. So, go ahead, Rick.
Let's offer just a little twist to that.
Okay.
That if the person calls in and they don't want to give their name or their dealer name, maybe just a generalized idea that there's, like in South Florida or whatever.
Good idea.
They can then text us their name, and we can verify it through that.
So
Nobody would ever know it but us.
Great idea.
Great idea.
And then you could still do the donation to their charity.
That might be the problem.
It would preserve their anonymity.
Yeah.
Rick, that's good.
And they could feel safe to speak with us.
Yeah.
Okay, I restate the offer. The offer is the same, except for the fact that I promise you, when you call, I will not mention your name or the name of your dealership on the air. But of course, to verify that you really are who you say, I have to have that information. So you can text it directly to me personally. You can give it to the producer in the radio station off the air, or you can email or text it, either however you want to do it. It will not be live on the air. This also applies to manufacturers. So restate the $1,000 to your favorite charity, which can be you, by the way. I mean, you're not going to be embarrassed. You just tell me who your favorite charity is, and if it's you, I'll send you $1,000. I will not mention your name or your organization, dealership, or manufacturing company on the air, and all you have to do is call the show and chit-chat. Ask me anything you want. Be critical. Flatter me. You want to say, I like what you do, but I'm afraid to tell you that because I might get fired. I will not release your name. So $1,000 if you're the employee of a car dealership anywhere in the world in the managerial capacity, or you're a manager at an auto manufacturer anywhere in the world. You call this show at 877-960-9960. 877-960-9960. $1,000 to your favorite charity. You will be anonymous. I have to verify the authenticity of the call, and I'll do that off the air by text or email. Call 877-960-9960 if you're the employee in the managerial capacity of any car dealership or any auto manufacturer anywhere. $1,000, your favorite charity. I believe I've made that crystal clear.
Yeah, I think that's really gonna help. Thanks for that, Rick.
And I can promise you, folks, when this gentleman says that he will have a respectful, civil conversation with you, that's what he means. We're not here looking to insult or abuse anybody.
Yeah.
We just want to have a civil, respectful conversation.
Exactly. Let me mention for a second Earl's Vigilantes. I talked to you all last week. I mention it often. And Earl's Nationwide Vigilantes, they do a great job. They really do. But I think this will make it a little more personal, more comfortable. We'll build a list of women volunteers across the country who will be happy to share their experience. Won't that be amazing to share your experience with each and every one of us? Maybe even go along or be on the phone with another woman buying her next car. Wouldn't that be exciting? It's completely free, completely volunteer. Just women helping women. So if you're listening this morning, and it's about 9:15, I think 9:20 right now. If you're listening this morning, you're one of those women, a good negotiator, confident and fair, email us through earloncars.com, or even pick up the red phone. And you can do that. The number's on our website. So it's just an exciting time for women helping women. Take advantage of that, and it'll make you feel warm and fuzzy to be able to help other women. We love supporting each other. We're going to go back to the phones, and we are going to talk to Donna from Fort Lauderdale. She, too, has called before. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you. Beautiful morning here in South Florida.
Isn't it? Gosh.
It is.
Can't be more perfect.
That's true. I've got a situation I have a Ford Explorer, and I had a recall from Ford for the rear toe link. And they made, they sent the notice out several times. I'd call. They didn't have the toe links in or whatever, so they kept putting me off. Then finally, I made the appointment, went in, and I get in there, and they didn't have the tool to install it.
Oh.
So that was a waste. And then I kept waiting. Finally, kept checking to see if they got the tool. They said there only so many were given out and whatever. And And once they got the tool, I called again, and they told me that because I'm in South Florida, or, I'm not up in the snow belt or whatever, I'm not north, that they didn't need to change it. So I don't know if they're telling me the right thing. I don't know really what the tolling does, if it's necessary or not, or if they said it wasn't dangerous, it wouldn't cause me any harm, but I don't know that.
Rick?
I'm going to do a quick bit of research on this, but my recommendation on that is I would go to a site called ismycarrecalled.com or safercar.gov, I believe is the other one.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. She received a recall.
Right.
So the question, my immediate reaction would be, if she received a recall and the dealer told her it's not necessary, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. If they're out of parts or they don't have the tools, shame on them. But I would go to another dealer and ask the same question. And I certainly would call the manufacturer. If a safety recall and you received it, your car is required to have that done. And the dealer doesn't have the right to say, you don't have it done because you don't live in the north. They wouldn't have sent the recall if it wasn't necessary. And who's to say you don't sell your car, or who's to say you don't drive north? I mean, it's just stupid what the dealer told you.
Absolutely. Right. As a matter of fact, I've just pulled this up, and it's showing primarily 2013 to 2017 models of the Ford Explorer. This is a tow link in the rear, which actually it actually controls the angle of the tire, like almost if it were steering the back tire. And they can get excessive corrosion. It says, especially in areas with high road salt. However, one thing that South Florida has in common with those states up north that have high road salt, we have oceans, lots of it all around us, and we get a lot of salt air. You may have heard other caller earlier talking about the corrosion on her car. So what I would do is I would contact Ford again and tell them that because this is a condition that could absolutely increase the risk of a crash, I do not feel safe driving this vehicle. I want you to provide me with a rental car until this recall has been completed on my vehicle.
And put it in writing in an email or a text, however you want to do it. But anytime you have a confrontation with a car dealer or anybody for that matter, you always want to put your demands in writing.
Excellent. I love your answer, and it definitely cleared my mind because, it's bothered me. I was nervous about it, of course.
Well, you're totally right to be bothered. They were wrong, and
your
you were
intuitions were definitely, you did the right thing, definitely.
Okay.
And this can be taken care of, as Rick said.
And especially when you use those words, I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
That opens up the litigation aspect on them. And once they have to put you in a rental car...
When you write those words.
Right.
Write
exactly.
those words.
When you write those words.
When you say those words, they say you never said it.
Yeah.
That's the reason you write it.
Yeah, you'll get their attention, that's for sure, Donna.
And once you're in a car and they're paying money, they're going to change their tune about getting that thing taken care of for you.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the info.
Thank you, Donna.
Pleasure.
You made my day, no doubt about it.
Yeah, some hope. That's great.
Yeah.
Nothing like something in writing. Donna, have a great weekend, and thank you so much for calling back. Spread the word here that we are building a platform for the ladies.
I sure will. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the special holidays to you all. And I appreciate your show. I listen to it all the time, and I learn a lot.
Thank you.
Totally
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, we are going.
One real quick, Earl, South Florida Two-Step says, sorry, guys, I tried calling and texting his brother, and he says, I'm assuming he's working today, and can't call in.
Well, hey, call next week.
Yeah.
The offer will be available next week.
So, hey, South Florida Two-Step, please, if he can call in next week, we'd love to hear from him. Ask him to call early.
And remember, we won't reveal his name.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and calling early is a surefire way of getting through.
They'll know it's Florida Two-Step's brother, though.
Well, but they'll have to figure that out.
Okay. Guess who's calling? Roadrunner. Roadrunner Steve.
Roadrunner Steve.
He'll put a pep in our step.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
morning.
I got the question of the year for 2025. Okay?
Okay.
I had a pacemaker put in over Thanksgiving week.
Oh.
Okay? Because I had a low heart rate. But my question is, does the Tesla guidebook, the owner's manual, say a person with a pacemaker shouldn't be in a Tesla?
No. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I never saw that, but I can just be sure that if they said people with pacemakers can't drive Teslas, there'd be so many hue and cry that I would have heard about it. But Rick is verifying that now with ChatGPT.
Okay. And the other thing was, I seen on YouTube, 1973, a prototype AMC electric Gremlin in Seattle.
How about that? Electric prototype Gremlin. How about that? Bringing back the old Gremlin with a battery. Very cool.
And I like those cars. I like the way they look.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have a what was that Ford that failed? The
Pinto?
Pinto?
No. Well, Pinto's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should bring back a lot of these old names.
Oh, the Edsel.
Edsel.
Yeah.
Edsel.
Earl wants an electric Edsel.
Electric Edsel. That's what we need.
Yeah. And you know what, Roadrunner Steve, it's safe. It's safe for people with pacemakers to drive Teslas. But once the cardiologist, the device clinic clears them to drive. But Rick might have more information.
It says, studies show Teslas and other electric vehicles are generally safe for people with pacemakers and defibrillators, as the electromagnetic fields, the EMF, are usually too low to cause any interference, even during charging. However, it's wise to avoid prolonged, very close contact with the charging cables.
Yeah.
So when it's plugged into the car, don't hug the charging cable.
Yeah.
And right after your procedure, did the doctors mention to you not to drive the Tesla, for a couple of days?
No, well, I don't have one, so I was just curious about that.
Or was that just a general question?
That was the general question.
It's a good question.
That's a good question, Roadrunner Steve. That's a really good question.
Okay, the funny thing is, I had the pacemaker put in, and I had to go back to the hospital a few days later because I wasn't feeling right. So the two nurses are looking on my chest for a little lump where the pacemaker's supposed to be.
Yeah.
They said, you sure you got one? I said, yeah.
Oh, no.
Right? So I said, yeah. Well, we can't find it. So I said they went through the groin. It's the new procedure. And they said, no, that they don't do that. So I brought the paperwork for the new pacemaker, and I showed them, and they read it. And then they were like, wow, we didn't know this.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I know. I started laughing. I didn't get one.
That would scare you to death.
I know. And then they brought out.
Oh, no, I lost my
machine.
pacemaker.
This is a true story.
Yeah.
They brought out this little machine the size of a license plate, like I guess with a magnetic thing on it, and they're checking my groin, and the guy goes, well, we can't find nothing.
Oh,
right? So they read the book. What they had to find a new pacemaker, their machine wasn't compatible with it.
Interesting.
Well, I tell you.
So the guy came to the hospital. I was in Bethesda East. Great job over there. I had no problem. Everything was good. The guy came with the machine. It was the size of a suitcase.
Oh, no.
With that. Yeah, so he hooked me up to the wires. Everything good. The heart rate's at 60 instead of 41.
See, there's
what an experience.
There's an opportunity for doctors out there. It could be a Dr. Jones on doctors. You know, it'd be a expose.
I had to start laughing when the guy too nice to says, "Are you sure you got one?" I said, "Everything happened. What are you talking about?"
We're laughing, but can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
I laughed too. I was laughing too.
What
With that.
the hell?
What did they put in me?
And you're cracking us up here.
Oh, God.
In most cases.
True story. True story. No lies on that. All right, I want to wish everybody, you, our family of telephone callers, texters, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and everything else.
Great call, as always. We love you.
Healthy and happy.
Yeah,
we
thank
love
you,
you.
Roadrunner Steve.
In 2026.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for being part of the show. You're amazing. We love hearing from you. You know, in most cases, with the pacemaker and the Tesla, it's more about the rhythm problem than it is about the car. So, yes.
I just wanted to. I have a theory of why we're not getting any callers from auto manufacturers or dealers, and everybody recalls that listens to the show that we had our dealership at its 50th anniversary, and we had a party and everything at the dealership, and the Toyota presented us with a plaque and a lot of pictures and blah 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 blah. Now that was last month. What date was it? The
18th.
18th, yeah. So I started to realize that I haven't seen anything in automotive news about my 50th year anniversary. By the way, a 50th anniversary for the same owner is almost unheard of. And all the dealers have their 10th and their 20th and their 30th
You
and
know what?
40th. All go into automotive news.
You're a unicorn.
All go into automotive news. So I checked, and we haven't been. And when I checked automotive news, there was another dealer in Georgia for Toyota that was a multi-generational dealer. The founder, me, wasn't alive, but his siblings or his sons or daughters were alive. And his 50th anniversary was celebrated in the automotive news. Now, this is a long way of going to say that everybody hates me. I mean, I feel like I'm going to go eat worms. Nobody loves me. The manufacturers don't like me. The dealers don't like me.
Oh, I know that.
And automotive news doesn't like me. And they wouldn't put my 50th anniversary in the automotive news. Now, isn't that amazing? It's petty. And apparently Toyota, if they didn't submit the event because the president of Southeast Toyota gave me the plaque. And so if they didn't present it to Automotive News, that says something. And if they did present it to Automotive News and they didn't publish it, that tells you something. Automotive News doesn't want other dealers or manufacturers to know that they did something positive for Earl Stuart. So I'm feeling sorry for myself.
You should.
All. Yeah.
You should. That's quite a story.
It is, yeah.
That's quite a theory.
I hope I'm mistaken. I hope somebody calls up and says, "Oh, you didn't see it. It was there. Please call me and tell me you saw our 50th anniversary in Automotive News," or for that matter, anywhere else. They're keeping it a big secret.
That is an interesting theory.
Yeah.
I certainly hope somebody calls about that. I really do. You stirred my curiosity. Let's see. We are at 9:36. It's tick-tock time. So we have to go to the... Fritz wonder what I'm talking about.
So one other quick note. Tom Steckel says, let's get Al Hendrickson to call you And you can charge them a $595 electronic communication fee.
The funny thing is, Al Hendrickson and I are friends. Al Hendrickson Sr., and I'm not going to waste everybody's time. Old guys like me love to tell stories, but Al Hendrickson Sr., we go all the way back to when I was really a bad guy and a bad dealer.
Really a bad guy.
And Al and I were friends. And so Al would probably call the show.
Would he?
Yeah, he's not listening, but Al's crazy. The old man is. I don't know about the son. He's crazy too. But it's.
Isn't everybody in this industry crazy?
Probably, yeah. I am. I know that. So.
And you'd be surprised what you said, that statement you made. Word travels. You don't know who's listening to this show.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility you just may hear from Mr. Hendricks. Okay, we are going to run out of time if we don't move along here. We are going to, we had our mystery shop at Sterling Buick GMC in Stuart, Florida, and you can vote on the mystery shopping report by texting us at 772-497-6530. Now back to the recovering car dealer.
Okay, I'm going to rub it in. $1,000 to the favorite charity of any car dealer manager. $1,000 to the favorite charity of any auto manufacturer manager anywhere in the world that has the courage to call this show. And I swear to treat you with courtesy and respect. I swear to let you have your say. And I swear to give $1,000 to your favorite charity. We will have to verify that you work where you say you work. And we will not reveal your identity on the air. The identity will either be texted or emailed to me. I swear I will not reveal your identity on the air where you get in trouble with somebody because you spoke to Earl Stuart. People don't want to know. Your auto manufacturers and dealerships don't want to know that you're friends with Earl Stuart because of what I do. Anyway, mystery shopping report.
Thanks for reassuring everyone. That was good.
Yeah.
That really was.
Mystery shopping report for Sterling Buick GMC in Stuart, Florida. Stuart, Florida is spelled with an S-T-U-A-R-T, not S-T-E-W-A-R-T, like my name. And they're about 30, 40 miles north of where we are right now in South Florida. I'm going to speak in the first person as if I were famous or infamous, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. Mystery shopper, Agent Lightning. I arrived mid-afternoon and was greeted by Jorge as soon as I walked up to look at the 2026 Hummer EV, 2X SUV, 2026 Hummer. So it was a new vehicle. 2026. I was having a hard time seeing the window sticker, and Jorge said he'd be happy to print it out for me. He explained to me that they come with factory-tinted windows, which makes the stickers really hard to see, and this is true. And as a side, the manufacturer shouldn't do that. Federal law, the Monroney Act, as a matter of fact, says you have to clearly display the Monroney label. So if the manufacturer tints the window and puts the Monroney label behind the tint, hey, they're in violation of the law. Explained that the fact it makes it very, so they take the stickers, usually laminate them and put them in the front window. But it didn't seem like anyone had gotten around to doing that yet. So again, we're at Sterling Buick GMC in Stuart. Salesman excused himself to grab the key so we could check out the Coastal Dune colored one. I love these names. I actually kind of like that one, Coastal Dune. It'd be like a sandy looking, Hummer. He returned a few minutes later and had me climb into the driver's seat. It was sitting higher than the other ones on the lot. I asked, do they have bigger tires on the one we're in? Jorge said, no, that's a feature of the electric Hummer. I mean, that's real For you folks that remember when the Hummer first came out, I mean, you want to talk about a gas guzzler. I mean, it was literally a tank, a combustion engine tank on wheels. It got like, I think it was 5 miles to the gallon. Is that right? What are the original Hummers?
I think Hummers did a little better, but
Maybe
they were
8
like
or 9.
about 12 gallons or something.
Yeah, you can GBT that and see what they say. But it was a gas guzzler. So now we have an electric Hummer, which is kind of cool in a way because they're much more powerful. And the people who bought the original gas Hummers were looking for power. You know, it was like a guy thing, macho thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm driving a tank, and I can crush anything on the road.
Well,
I don't care about gas mileage. I only get 10 miles a gallon. Screw you. That's it.
Yeah.
So
they wanted to look like they were driving the military Humvee.
Yeah,
and they weren't anything like each other.
What were you thinking, to interrupt the Mr. Sharp report, what were you thinking when you saw a woman driving that Hummer?
Well, a masterful, powerful woman. Anyway, it was an electric Hummer. It could go 6 inches higher through the hydraulic system for off-roading purposes. And that's what I love to do is just drive off the road whenever I can. Hey, let me tell you, when I drive off the road, I'm in serious trouble. Call the police.
And it has happened.
Yeah. Jorge went to give me a demonstration drive, but it would take a few minutes because the battery was under 10%. Now, that's an electric vehicle, and you don't want to be riding around an electric vehicle with less than 10% on the charger. He was able to get it to go higher, but then it would not lower back down because the battery was too low to being out of power. He went over quite a few features of the vehicle, showed me how it works. It also has a removable top for the front and back, and the panels store underneath the front hood of the car if you want to go topless like the Jeeps and Broncos can do. I can see a lot of people might like this because that EV, electric engine, just really moved that Hummer out. We went to take it for a test drive, but the battery, I already said that. He agreed that it would be a great idea if it was supposed to be present. We headed back and he asked me, are you a first responder or military? I said, no. I'm speaking as if I were Agent Lightning. And then he says, Costco member? I said, yes. So he said he'd be able to work with me on the Costco pricing as well. And for you or haven't heard the show before, Costco, we love Costco, and the Costco auto buying program is great. We highly recommend it. He asked me about my credit score and excused himself to go speak with the sales manager and hopefully get pricing. Jorge returned about 5 minutes later with the sales manager, Craig, and a worksheet. Jorge told me that the really good lease specials they're advertising out front are on loaner vehicles. They have some miles on them, probably around 1,000, but he wasn't totally sure. The MSRP was $99,720. That's a doozy of an MSRP. But they took off $12,525 as a dealer discount and another $1,250 rebate. This made my price $85,944 plus $1,512.50 in fees, junk fees, as it were. Out the door, they had me at $88,156. Craig came over to make sure Jorge was explaining the pricing sheet correctly, and also let me know that the way the special lease program works is the vehicles have to be 60 days in loaner service for their dealership and have 2,000 miles in program, at least 2,000 miles to qualify for that special leasing financing. He showed me how the payment would change if I put different amounts of money down. He also explained that it would go up or down depending on my actual credit once they run it, which I said I understood. He was very helpful. I even asked him if this was the cash price on the bottom of the sheet. He said yes, with money down. So there you have it. Dealership is in Southeast Florida. It's Stuart Buick GMC.
Starling.
I'm sorry, Starling in Stuart, Florida, GMC. And we grade on the curve, and which means that we don't like to throw out a lot of A's, because A is pretty much perfect. And we don't like to throw out an F because the dealerships in South Florida, especially, are so bad. We might give them all Fs, and there'd be no place that you could buy a car. So we don't demand, but we suggest you keep your range between B and D. But if you feel strongly enough, we accept A's and F's. I mean, we've done more of that recently than we have, but I think it's because the dealership deserved it.
I did verify the original 92 Hummer, the first model year, the H1 Hummer.
Yeah.
It was a diesel, but 12 to 14 miles per gallon was about average on that.
Average, yeah.
And 96, apparently, according to South Florida Two-Step, he says the H1 was the only gas-powered Hummer in 96, and it's actually quite a rare truck. But, yeah, so they went to gas, but now being electric, the range on them is actually, on the model that Agent Lightning looked at, is about 315 to 320 miles range. Pretty good for that big a vehicle.
Yeah, if you want that macho, there's a certain personality, psychological profile of people. They want to be. They could accuse me of that because I'm driving the Beast. I'm driving the Tesla truck. It's
the Cyber
truck.
Yep.
So people look at me like I'm driving this huge vehicle, which it is. So it's a psychological thing, and that's who was driving the Hummers back in those days.
And the 3X, the upgrade big battery version of the Hummer EV, has a range of over 380 miles.
Wow.
So that's impressive for that big a vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
If you want to be the biggest guy on the road, and there are a lot of people that you see like that, and you get the EV. I'm not trying to recommend this vehicle, by the way, but it took away all the disadvantages of the original Hummer, because the EV is, you heard Rick, gets you there a long way without a recharge.
Yeah.
We got any grades yet?
We have them coming in. Joseph Kelleher says B-. Grade would be higher without the over $1,500 in junk fees.
Was that B- or D-?
B. B's a boy minus. Tom Steckel says Starling gets a B. They are one of the few dealers who itemize their dealer fees in their advertising and provide a clear sales price. Compared to Dixie Buick at Fort Myers, however, who has no dealer fees. Tim Gilliland says, pretty straightforward deal, B-. Mark Smith says, I'll give the dealership a B-. Brian Sedlatko, B. South Florida Two-Step says, C, too much in fees. Johnny Z. Fradley says, B-. I guess $1,500 on an $85,000 car would be like $750 on a $42,000 car. Mark H. says, C- junk fees. Vehicle not charged up, and did not see the Costco price sheet on that sheet. T. Cash says F, not for the dealership, but the vehicle. He says from 300-mile range to 80 if you're towing anything. So that would actually, obviously a Hummer, you want it to be able to tow something.
Yeah, but you say if you're towing anything, I mean,
it would drop the mileage quite a bit. I don't know if it dropped to 80.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see towing would definitely affect the mileage. So that would give you some issues there. Let me get over onto this one and we'll see. Oop, wrong tap of the button. Bob from Maryland says, could have been an A, but with the fees, it's a B for Starling. Jonathan in Palm Coast says, this dealership gets a B from me. I heard no games, just a few fees. Just an extremely expensive vehicle that I will never be able to afford. Kim Appreciates Life says C for the fees. Myself, I'm not really big on the Hummers myself, but it impresses me a little bit, and I think the dealership and the salesman, very polite, seem knowledgeable. I'm going with a B on them.
Very good. Nancy.
Well, I think I'm going to go with a C minus. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't real good.
For those of you who know Nancy, that's a really good score.
Mm-hmm.
She's really tough on these guys.
Yeah.
And I can't say as I blame her. She's the representative for females, and I think the females get pushed around a lot more than the guys do when they buy vehicles. I'm going to tell you ChatGPT's score now, and it's very interesting because this may be the first time that the ChatGPT score was really in line with everybody else's score. ChatGPT gave Sterling Buick GMC Buick GMC Stuart in Stuart B plus, and that is usually they're harsh. ChatGPT is harsh, but I broke it down by all the categories: immediate greeting, product knowledge, transparency, pricing disclosure, unacceptable battery was sticker visibility, ambiguity with money down, and really looked at it in great detail. But overall, it was a B plus, and so I'm going to give it a B. I mean, that is really a good score for us to give out as many as we did, and they're in Stuart, Florida. They're just north of the county line. They're a few miles north of the Palm Beach County line. So if anybody in South Florida looking to buy a GMC or a Buick, I'd go up to Sterling and in Sterling, Sterling Buick GMC Stuart. Sterling Buick GMC truck got a B plus and a B and B minus, really good scores.
Yeah.
And Frank in Jupiter Farms got in just under the wire here with a B plus. He says, the Hummer, we had one in the USA FR unit at Homestead AFB, and a neighbor in Jupiter Farms had one, costly drive.
Oh boy.
You know, I was wondering about the window tinting and from the factory. Is that a dark tint that comes from the
on the windshield? And I'm puzzled about putting the Monroney label on the windshield. Have you seen that, Rick?
I haven't seen it with the actual Monroney sticker.
Yeah.
However, a lot of used cars, like even our own dealership, our used car stickers go on the inside of the windshield.
Yeah. I don't think they put the Monroney label on the windshield. I think
I think they probably moved it for putting the window tint on.
Yeah.
And folks, remember one other, just a personal safety message for you. If you have your car windows tinted, make sure that the installer is using legal tint for your state or region, because the police can pull you over for having too dark a tint on your windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, do we have much time?
We do.
Time
We
for
have
a minute?
five.
Okay, I just want to say it again. You spineless car dealers out there, and you spineless auto retail manufacturers and the retail dealers. I say spineless because Rick came up with a real good idea as to why you might not be calling, and I covered that by saying, we will not reveal your name. And I'll give you $1,000 if you call the show, and you can be anonymous to our listeners and our viewers, but you must give me your name and your address so I can send you the $1,000. And you're telling me that you're afraid to call this show, 877 960-9960. If you work for a car dealer or an auto manufacturer, you're afraid to call and talk to me when I promise to treat you with courtesy and respect. I promise not to reveal your name, and I promise to give $1,000 to charity. I'm calling you spineless, and you know you're wrong, and that's the reason you don't call the show. So, hey, what can I say?
When you leave the studio, you're leaving alone. I'm staying up here.
Yeah. I got my Kevlar vest on, don't worry.
Oh, that's right.
I
saw
also
you
have
put that
Kevlar
this
pants
morning.
on in case you're shooting me below the belt.
We wore those vests in Juneau Beach
Yeah.
when we lived in Juneau. The postal workers were looking for us.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty crazy life. Okay, folks, we have 3 minutes left. I hope you enjoyed this fantastic show. A special thank you to all the ladies, and we certainly enjoyed your company. You make the show. We'll be right back here next week, 8 a.m. to 10, right here on the Oldies Channel, 95.9 and 106.9 FM. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Searching for a heart of gold.